Stirring the coffee with chopsticks, using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Such a joy, such a joy. You know, you kind of get psyched for the morning cup of coffee. The first sip is so good, so good. This is Legends of Tabletop. I'll put a link for it down below. This is a guy that gets his hair cut from me. He's a gamer, and he and some other guys that are gamers, role-playing guys, board game guys, fantasy guys. I would imagine there's some comic books in there somewhere. I would imagine I might fit into there a little bit with some of my graphic novel obsessions. They roast coffee out of Tampa, Florida. And it's Legends of Tabletop coffee. And if you use the promo code Legends10, you get 10% off. And it's free shipping. Pretty darn awesome. When you get it, let me know what you think. Okay? Something so good, I can't not tell you about it. So, this is a magnificent coffee. So here's to you, Vince, and your endeavor with Legends of Tabletop. And I hope it supports your podcast as well, called Masculine Geek. If you're not watching Masculine Geek, I know there's an episode tonight, but they do it on Wednesday nights. Last Wednesday nights, please go to it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and then watch last Wednesday night's podcast, which is on YouTube, Masculine Geek. For all of you geeks out there who also enjoy being a man, it's for you. I would even say, I even know some ladies that have watched it and actually like it. They like the discussion. Because when it's a discussion amongst men who are just being candid, you feel like you're eavesdropping on things. Let me take another sip. Oh, gosh. I make it in French press. I hand grind it. The links for all that stuff are down below. People ask me, where do I get the hand grinder? The link is down below. Go into the information section of this video. Scroll down. You'll see coffee stuff. You'll see the French press that I use. You'll see the hand grinder that I've been using for almost a year and a half now, that I'm very, very satisfied with. Also, if you are a painter or a sketcher and you want to provide a Rooster painting for the back, I will do that. This right here is a Rooster, which has been in the Cozy Nook forever. And it has nothing to do with anything except that a rooster is up pretty darn early, like I am. And it's just an appropriate symbol for the Daybreak Show, for now, unless that symbol ever changes to be something else. But if you would like to do a rooster painting for me, I will hang it in the back for a week. So maybe there'll be Rooster of the Week. I want to be more engaged with you. I now have channel membership. You can join. It's super cheap. And there's members-only chats where your questions are answered. And I announce those broadcasts. I did the first one last week. I think I've only been doing the channel membership for a week so far. And so far, so good. Really happy with the results and the people that are part of the inner circle. And what else? The 21 Convention Patriarch Edition is going to be May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If you are a father, want to be a father someday, you need to come to this. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to be speaking there along with a bunch of other men who are best-selling authors, thought leaders, and we've spoken all over the world. We do podcasts all over the world. You know our content. You know the people. Go to the link I'm going to put down below. The price only goes up the closer to the date of the event. It's in Orlando, Florida. You pay for your flight, you pay for your hotel and food, and then you come to the conference, which is at a top convention center, just absolute top. You're going to be so incredibly pleased and blown away by the event. And if you are a podcaster, it is a business expense for you. Come to the event, interview your favorite authors and speakers and thought leaders for your podcast. It's now a business expense where you write off the whole event. The link is down below. If you are not a podcaster or don't have a YouTube channel and are having some financial issues, let me know and I can get you a partial scholarship. Okay? Let's get started. When people ask me about sex before marriage, they already know what the answer is. I always turn that question around to them. I always feel like people are trying to trap me. A lot of people, you know, I run with a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that are everything from MGTOW, women are no good kind of guys, which I limit my exposure to them because I find them to be negative, because I believe MGTOW is a tool to use. It's a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there. And then I have guys on the other end that are pickup artist kind of guys. Again, don't want to spend too much time with the PUAs, only because that's not my lifestyle. Neither is my lifestyle. And I like to say that I've come to a nice, balanced, I'm like a nice cup of coffee. I'm the nice cup of coffee of the manosphere. So, and being that I'm a Christian, a lot of people will ask me that question, I feel, trying to trap me. If it's not an honest intellectual question, you're not going to get an honest intellectual answer. It's not hard. It's just new. Don't confuse hard with new or different. Getting your leg gnawed off by a shark? Now that's hard. Carol Boucher. I want to be the walking, talking, living version of Coastal Living magazine. After a relationship ends, many people try to get the other person back. What you need to get back is you. Get you back. You lost you in that relationship. That's part of your grief. You just don't realize it yet. Getting you back. Stop trying to get the other person back and get you back. You know I'm talking to you, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win them back. You sent flowers on Valentine's Day. You stalked them. You're checking out their social media. You are lost. They're not lost. You're the one who's lost. Get you back. You'll be happier. So much of the grief that you're feeling right now has to do with the you that was part of the us. There's no longer an us. You need to get you back. Build you up. Make yourself strong. Offer a whole person to someone in the future, but that's not your focus. Get you back. You're a freak, but she is super freak. I have many sons that I never met all over the world. Sons, not biological sons. Ones that I encourage, guide, approve of, and bless. And you are probably one of them. And I hope you're encouraged and empowered, because 2019 is the year you get unstuck. You know that, right? And 2020 could be the year that you make your first million. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox and I'm more Atari, but the way you play your game ain't fair. CeeLo, 2010. Never be someone's second choice. If you can't figure out if you are, explain your scenario to another person. Others have eyes to see what you refuse to see and won't be afraid to tell you. You cause the grass to grow for the livestock and plants for man to cultivate, that he may bring forth food from the earth and wine to gladden the heart of man, oil to make his face shine and bread to strengthen man's heart. Psalm 104, 14 and 15. Ask any fool that she ever knew, they'll say, keep away from Runaround Sue. Dion and the Belmonts, 1961. If you are a man and are good in bed, you'll never be without a job. Alpha Male Strategies. What I'm doing is I'm reviewing my Twitter from yesterday for those of you who think I'm doing someone else's material. This is my material from Twitter. If you don't know, follow me on Twitter at George Bruno. And what I said yesterday was, I'm not busting Alpha Male Strategies chops. I just happen to think that he's funny. He strikes me funny. Funny how? Like a clown? How do I make you laugh, right? No, I find it humorous the way he talks about things, but he's dead serious. He's funny, but I don't think he realizes it. He doesn't crack a smile or smirk when he says things like that. And I'm dying half the time that he's talking. Alpha Male Strategies. Check out his channel. I will say the dude keeps it real. It's not for everybody. But if you can get over your initial knee-jerk reaction to some of his style, look at the content. And I'm dead serious. It's solid as a rock. You have to adjust your beliefs a little bit to swallow some things, then do so. Be a person that can appreciate a wide number of people's opinions. I didn't say you have to live by everything, but can you learn something from everybody? What a great quality. People have said to me, the minute you mention scripture, I'm gone. Okay, then your view of the world is like this. I want you to have a view that's like this and be able to receive many things. Receive wisdom. I don't care. Wisdom can come from a number of sources. So don't pull your angry little baby atheist bullshit with me, or you can get the hell out. Receive wisdom from a wide variety of sources. And I know the manosphere loves attracting atheists. Tough shit. Receive wisdom from a wide variety of sources. I'm not pleading with you to come to Jesus like some will. I believe that Jesus takes care of that stuff himself. He doesn't need me convincing or manipulating you. It's been said that women fall in love with their ears and men fall in love with their eyes. I can guarantee you a woman came up with that, or a blue or purple pill beta male, which is basically the same thing. Don't forget, tonight at 9 o'clock here at this channel is the first annual Puffcast, celebrating the International Pipe Smoking Day. I don't know when that started. I just thought that I'm going to do a live Puffcast tonight. So fire up your pipe tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, here at this channel. And what we'll do is I'll take a poll during the Puffcast to see where people are puffing from. And it'll be a kind of a cool time where we're all talking about what we're smoking and what pipe we're smoking it in, and just talking about life. So I'll see you here. Last night I did a broadcast called Surviving and Thriving After a Breakup, Fatherly Wisdom, live with the Sultan. Go back and look at that video. The broadcast was interrupted after an hour. What I found out was that YouTube globally was actually, updating itself. It wasn't my phone. So I did find that out. If there's a picture of a pretty one with a great figure standing next to a not so pretty one with a generally undesirable figure, you can bet that the dating profile is about the not so pretty one. This seems to be a distinctly female dating site behavior, using your pretty friend to market yourself. You don't see guys doing that. You don't see, like, if you're like an average dude like me, just like an average looking guy, standing next to some super handsome friend, and then you have to scroll a little bit further to discover it's me. Men don't do that. Ladies, don't do that. We're on to that, and we're kind of tired of it. She has to babysit, has a night out with the girls. She says that she needs more notice. Move on. If she doesn't break her rules for you, you're already off on the wrong foot. Move on. She will never be a worthy partner for you. Doesn't matter if she's hot. Next. A lot of men end up looking like the Muppet dudes in the balcony when they get old. A lot of women end up looking like Jigsaw. I want to live life like Bernard Purdie plays the drums in Kid Charlemagne. Any Echolin fans out there? The band Echolin, one of my favorite progressive bands of all time. Do they exist anymore? One of the most disruptive bands, kind of in the spirit of King Crimson and Gentle Giant, Echolin. Look them up. Look at their live performance at Progfest in 1995. The song called The Cheese Stands Alone by Echolin on YouTube at Prog Day 1995. You will not be disappointed at this performance. Name disruptive music artists. Now, I'm not saying these are my favorite. I'm giving you my top 10 of what I call disruptive music artists. 1, Sia. S-I-A, Sia. Very disruptive. Rubs me the wrong way, but I love her music. I love her style. I love her shtick. I love the angle at which she approaches her performances. Look up Sia and her live performance, or even, I would say, look at her official video called Chandelier. It's so disruptive. 2, the collaboration between Daft Punk and Pharrell. Phenomenal. Those little robot boys and their electronic music getting together with Pharrell. What a great collaboration. Where can you collaborate? Think about it. You know, we always look for people that are like us. Hey, we ought to do something together. How about identifying someone who's different than you, almost the opposite of you, and partnering with them? It will not be 1 + 1 = 2. It'll be 1 + 1 = 3. You'll create something completely different. How can you collaborate with someone who is different than you? My third choice, Culture Club. Boy George and Culture Club. Disruptive. When he came on the scene, when that band came on the scene, I was like, who is this freak? But you can't get their songs out of your head if you're from my generation. Prince. Very, very disruptive. Very much so. Michael Jackson. People told him, do not leave the Jackson 5. Do not leave your brothers. I'd hate to be the person that said, you'll never make it if you leave the Jackson 5. Very disruptive. White Zombie with Rob Zombie. So disruptive. So squirmy, cringy. I hate the word cringy, but makes you uncomfortable. Elton John. Like, what the hell? When he came on the scene back in the late 60s, everyone was like, who the hell is this guy? Queen with Freddie Mercury. If you saw the movie, I was a Queen fan back in the mid-70s with their first album. Wow. Again, wow. Kanye, absolutely disruptive. And The Doors. The Doors. Yes, Jim Morrison and The Doors. Accused of being lounge music, you'll never make it. That's what they told him. There's no market for you. Famous last words, right? You are boring me today. So how can you be disruptive? And let's read a letter. And we continue another letter from O from Germany. Watched your second response of my letter, and I can't thank you more for your comments. I know I was kind of rough on you, and you're thanking me. It's kind of like, thank you, sir, may I have another? Okay, you're going to get another. You really helped me a lot. I had plans of putting recording devices in my wife's house, putting a GPS tracker in her car, and all that just to be in control, and then decide what to do. Maybe finding out he is sleeping in my bed. No. That's the obsession that we get when we go through a breakup or a divorce. You realize you lost you. Now it's time to get you back. You might feel like you lost her. Look at it this way. She was removed from your life for a reason you might not find out for another 10 years. I know it doesn't make you feel any better right now. Because of what you said, I changed my mind and I will let it go. It's not easy and I suffer really bad, but I will let it go. As you said, she will enjoy it, but life has plans for behavior like that. And I agree with you. I force myself not to drink as I am a Scotch lover and have a small collection. I will face my feelings and deal with it. I like the idea of getting my life again as I am 39 and still have a few years ahead of me. I don't want her being in control of and destroying my life. That's over. Correct. We moved the ball down the field another inch, didn't we? We got 1% better. We did. My wife is not my family anymore, just the kids, and that's it. Easy words, but the feelings will follow. That's what I hope. I hope that for you too. Before I got married, I was a guitarist in hard rock, heavy metal bands, and I loved it. I more or less gave it up for her and the family. Big mistake. About a year ago, women don't give up a lot of stuff for you. Some do. I'm not here to hammer. This is not the Hammer Women channel. You can go other places for that. There's a ton of other guys that'll be happy to just sit there and tell you how evil every female is. I'm just not one of them. And you're in the wrong place if you think that's what I'm going to do. But the fact is, men make more changes for women than women make changes for men. And I'm not keeping score. I'm just stating a fact. The lens that I see the world, I want to see the world how it is, not how I want it to be. My feet are firmly planted on the ground, not in some fantasy of rescuing somebody. No more rescuing. No more arguing. You're done with that. 2019. You will not argue with a woman. You will not rescue any more women. Get that out of your head. I thought, about a year ago, I thought of starting something on YouTube with this, but because of my situation, I was not motivated at all to go for that. But now this can be my way of dealing with this situation. I also ordered The Appearance of Power, Tanner Guzy's book. Good. Excellent book. Excellent. Let's see what this will do to me. It will do what, it's like anything in life. If you do the work, you put the work in, it will work for you. Again, thank you, man. I owe you one. All the best. O from Germany. I wish you the best. And I want to read one more. They get very juicy. And what I don't want to do is, I just don't want to reveal people's situations. Okay. I got a message by Mr. Citizen, which I will be taking a look at. And let's take a look at Aloha from Maui, George. My name is Levi. First of all, he's saying he doesn't mind if I share this. I'm born, raised, and still living in Maui. I'm 25 years old, and you have literally saved my life with your wisdom. I am a hyper-intellectual and anxious person. Since I was 15, I was obsessed with the philosophical questions of life. My life is characterized by existential dread, and I tend to spiral into states of paralysis by analysis. That's called nihilism. You're not an existentialist, you're a nihilist. Look that up. You probably do if you understand philosophy. I didn't do anything with my life because I was trapped in my mind and I needed to have all my ducks in a row to make a move. Very typical of a lot of people. Unsurprisingly, I still live at home with my father because I fear that I'll fail when I go out on my own. I'm a recovering perfectionist. You wrote me for me to tell you the truth. You're lazy. You're lazy. Get off your ass. Well done is well begun. Start living on your own. You are too old to be living at Daddy's house. Too old. You learn more by being out in the world. If you wait for everything to be perfect, if you wait for conditions to be perfect to start your own life, your own company, your own YouTube channel, to get your body in shape, to be the best version of yourself, if you're waiting for conditions to be perfect, guess what? You'll never start, because conditions will never be perfect. Years ago, mid-century, 25-year-old men were giving their lives in battle. And you're acting like a boy. Stop it. Stop it. Military might help you out with that. I made so many plans to actually do something with myself, but I pulled back each time out of fear of failure. I get that. This led me into a spiral of depression that gnawed at my soul in the dark hours of night. Join the military, you won't have time to be depressed. Right now you have too much time on your hands. I'm not hearing anything about working right now. I'm working a lot. I hear a lot of introspection and seeds of mental illness. that you are putting the mask of intellectualism over it. You will drive yourself crazy if you keep doing what you're doing. If you were my son, I would probably kick you out of the house. I'll be honest with you. Keeping you in the house, allowing you to stay, is hurting you. This led me into a spiral of depression that gnawed at my soul in the dark hours of the night. Lazy. My days were lived with an undertow of anger and self-loathing because I wasn't living a life of integrity, lazy, for myself. I got to the point where I seriously contemplated to end it all. You're probably too lazy to even do that. But I get it. You helped me to realize that my ducks will never be in a row. Good. There's light. And now that there's an inherent risk of uncertainty involved with any move of value, I have read countless amounts of self-help and personal development books, and you're the only one who's actually made a positive and measurable difference in my life, okay? You focus on practical, actionable steps. You walk your talk and not get caught in the maze of over-rationalization and excessive wordiness. That might be something that you are guilty of. I realize that I need to be accountable to actions only. Everything else is an illusion. Progress here. My life is slowly improving, and I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. Dude, fucking be hard on yourself. You're just cruising, man. Be hard on yourself. I would kick your ass out of the house. I'm not trying to be hard on myself. You know how your dad even has a house? Because he was hard on himself. Read. This is what I'm going to tell you right now, because I can't even finish reading this. I need you to read biographies of people like Steve Jobs, Mark Burnett. I mentioned a book by Mark Burnett called Jump In. Read the book. Jump In. Spend $12, get the book. Jump In. I will finish the rest of it. My life is slowly improving, and I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. Thank you for rekindling a spark of hope for life within me. You are welcome. I don't mind if you wanted to share this, because if someone could be helped by it, then it would be all the better. Yes. Mahalo for your existence. It means so much to so many. Well, Levi, thank you. Get your mahalo butt to the 21 convention next fall in November. You need to be there and get your ass kicked a little bit. Introduce yourself to me. Spend a few minutes with me. Next November, the 21 convention in Orlando, Florida. I don't care. Listen, if you can't make it, I never want to hear from you again, and I'll tell you why. Because you have time to work and to save to get a flight, to pay for the conference, to pay for your hotel, and pay for your food. You have time to start a business and make that even a business expense. No excuses. How bad do you want to grow up? How bad do you want to be a success? How bad do you want to leave behind the overtly, excessively wordy stuff? You know why I'm hard on you? Because I'm hard on myself. That's why. And you, Levi, remind me a lot of me. That's why I see myself, my young self, in you. And the only way that I broke out is because I was hard on me. And with that, finish your coffee. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show.